What's up, y'all? Years ago, I had this gig, right? And when I got there, there was this one guy in particular. He had already been there for like 5, 6 years. Younger dude, you know what I'm saying? He was like in a managerial position. I don't know. He might have been like a foreman or something like that. I don't exactly remember. But I could tell right off of the bat that this guy was extremely immature. You know, just the way that he carried himself around there. You know, the way that he used to talk. Um, I seen him horse playing a few times around there. Just an immature dude. You know what I'm saying? Now, they wound up instituting a few changes around there to where um, he wound up changing offices. Um, you know, there was like two buildings, and he wound up getting moved into the office on the warehouse side. Now, a little while later, they wound up hiring this woman, right? This white woman. Um, she was hired, you know, into a managerial position. So the two of them are like sharing an office, okay? And I remember when I walked into the office, both of them were in there, and they're sitting. The desk in the office formed like a horseshoe. It was like a horseshoe formation. So she's sitting at this desk on this side of the room. He's sitting at this desk on the other side of the room. Basically, their backs are to each other, and they're at their desk working or whatever. And you know, I walk up in there and I get my paperwork. You know, they not saying nothing. I get my paperwork and I'm walking out, and I remember thinking to myself, man, knowing what kind of fool this guy is, I bet anything he's gonna try to holler at this woman. That's what's going through my mind. So like maybe about 2 weeks later, um, they decided that they didn't need this woman, so they wound up getting rid of her. So I mean, it's like she was in and out of there, you know. And I'm imagining that this woman was highly upset. You know what I'm saying? The way that went down. So that happens. So a few days later, I'm out on my runs. I get back to the warehouse, and everybody's up in there buzzing, you know, like something had just happened. Well, come to find out, the big guys from across the street had just came over there, and they had fired this guy. They fired him. And, you know, he was upset about it. You know, he caused a big scene, you know, threw his radio down, took off his little polo shirt, you know, with the little company logo on the chest, balls it up, throws it in the trash, and he walks off, pissed off, talking all kind of shit. Well, come to find out, the reason they let this guy go is because the chick that they had let go previously, like I said, she was upset. So you know what she did? In order to get back at them, she calls up there and tells them that she's about to file sexual harassment charges against this young guy I was telling y'all about. Apparently, they was in the office one day, and she was wearing like maybe a low-cut blouse or something like that, and him being the foolish cornball that he is, he's gonna talk underneath the woman's clothes. He's gonna say something like, something lame, like, damn, you're hot, or some kind of something whack like that. So she calls up there and says, I'm gonna file sexual harassment charges, blah blah blah. And as a result, they wind up firing him. Now, this guy is married with children. So he has to go home and explain to his wife why he lost his job. She could easily find out. She could come up there and find out what exactly happened if she wanted to. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah. He basically destroyed the little that he had built around there, all because he couldn't keep his damn mouth shut. All because he wants to think with the wrong head. Fellas, my point is this. When it comes to your job, when it comes to your career, it is not a good job, idea to go to work flirting and trying to hook up with these women at your place of work. It is just not a good idea. I've seen this thing happen a million times. We've heard of these things happen a million times. These are the type of things that can come back and blow up in a guy's face. All because they want to go to work and think with the wrong head. A few years ago, there was a senator. I mean, this didn't happen, so to say, at the workplace, but he was like a politician. He was like a senator or something. He's married with children, and he has some chick out there in South America that he's messing around with, a mistress out there in South America. The story got out, and he winds up losing everything. He winds up losing his career. He probably lost his marriage. I don't know, but it came back and blew up in his face. Just another example of what can happen to a guy at work or during his career if he's thinking with the wrong head. Fellas, I can't stress it enough, man. It is not a good idea to go to your place of employment, your place of work or whatever, flirting and trying to hook up with these women. It is not a good idea. We have seen this type of thing happen a million times, and fellas continue to do it. We need to wise up, yo. Anyway, I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.